Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 2-Hour News Show. You are now watching our signature segment, See the Stories. And a bit of a background here. 2 days ago was World Blood Donation Day. So I'd like to ask you, Yanni, when was the last time you donated your blood?
I have never donated blood
Okay.
ever in my life. What about you?
I think it was a few years ago.
Few years ago.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
for a blood drive back when I was still living in the UK.
Oh, okay.
They had that every so often in my campus, and so anytime somebody would advertise, or the campus would advertise, hey, today is, or this week, this Friday is
They have a blood drive.
Blood Donation Day.
Yeah.
Feel free to sign up, and I always do. So.
Oh, that's great. Well, you know what? Speaking of blood, did you know there is a very rare type called Rhesus Negative? Fewer than 2% of people worldwide have it, and even fewer in Indonesia. Now, to help us understand more, we are joined by Rhesus Negative Indonesia, or RNI Community founder, Lici Murniati. Hi, Lici. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, thank you for having me here.
I know. Oh, you should have seen her face when I said I've never donated blood before. She was like, oh my gosh, she never donated blood. I'm sorry.
You have to do that.
I know.
Okay.
So we have a lot of questions, obviously, about Rhesus Negative. So first thing first, what exactly is Rhesus Negative blood in simple terms?
Okay, the simple things is Rhesus Negative is a rare blood type.
Okay.
It's one of rare blood. Actually, there is around 47 blood system in over the world, but particularly in Indonesia or some Asian countries, they just divine ABO system and Rhesus system.
Right.
So, which is why because this is very important when you have to need transfusion.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to find out your blood ABO or Rhesus.
Yes.
Both of them you have to know your, as an individual you have to know.
Yeah.
Because when you need blood transfusion, then you have to divide by that ABO and Rhesus.
Okay.
So this is one of the rare blood because why is Rhesus negative? Because Rhesus negative is when you find out that your blood, in red blood cells, there is no protein in our red blood cells. So for the Rhesus positive, they have the protein.
Okay.
Okay, that's the simple way.
So I'm curious, Lici, because I don't necessarily remember if I'm positive or negative, although based on your statistics, it seems that I'm very unlikely to be negative, right? Because it's, what, 2% in the entire world and even smaller?
15% in over the world.
Okay.
But in Indonesia, it's just 1%.
Just 1%?
Yes.
So how do you find out whether or not you're positive or negative?
Yeah, I have confirmation with Red Cross Indonesia.
Okay.
They find out I am Rhesus negative, so they check by screening, and then they call me that, hi Ibu, you are Rhesus negative.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
if that is you have then we announce to people that you have to do double checking or triple checking when you find out that you are Rhesus negative.
Okay. Wait, so just to make sure, so for blood type, is it hereditary? Like if your parents is
Yes, in
so your parents?
Rhesus negative is negative because of our genetic. It's genetic for our parents.
Okay.
But for my parents, both they are positive, and all my sister and brothers is positive.
Yeah.
But I'm the one who get the Rhesus negative.
That is
Yeah,
really
this
interesting.
is about probability 20%
I see.
in our family.
So what are the origins or causes behind someone having a Rhesus negative blood type?
Mostly they are European, Caucasians.
I see.
Okay, maybe Indonesian was very, for our history we are already have mixed. Okay, so then we one of them.
I see.
Maybe you both too.
We never know. We have to check again.
We do need to check.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we already know roughly about 1% of Indonesian have are Rhesus negative, right? So now can we talk about the Rhesus Negative Indonesia community, which is you're the you're the founder.
Yeah, actually initiated by late Mr. Irwandani
Okay.
in 2009.
Yeah.
But then we declared the community with non-profit organization community in November 12, 2011. 2011.
Right, okay.
We declared our community non-profit, and then we we hope that people with Rhesus Negative in Indonesia, they can join us.
Right.
Okay.
So, what are some of the missions or goals that RNI is working towards?
Yeah, our mission is to make people in Indonesia well informed about Rhesus Negative, but why they have to know their Rhesus Negative, because when you need the transfusions, you need to know your Rhesus. Because we as a Rhesus Negative, we have to transfusion by Rhesus Negative too.
Exactly.
Okay.
So do you kind of work in or do activities or programs, for example, that perhaps travel around Indonesia to check if somebody is negative or positive?
We don't do that because we do it through our social media.
Okay.
We educate, publish, and awareness to all the people in Indonesia to know about how they need to know their blood type.
Right.
Okay, and we cooperate with Palang Merah Indonesia, Red Cross Indonesia, and hospital to meet the blood need of Rhesus Negative.
Right. Now, can you tell us how many members are currently in as a part of the RNI
Now
network?
around 4,000.
4,000.
Yeah, 4,000 all over Indonesia, and then we have each regional we have coordinator to help people when they has requests about to meet the blood donor.
I see.
Okay. And who can join the community? Is it only for people with Rhesus negative blood, or is it for anybody who can?
All individual with Rhesus Negative.
I see. Okay. Only.
But it includes babies, children, or even patients.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
How often do you have people approaching you and saying, "Hey, I have Rhesus negative blood"?
Almost
How can I
every
join
day.
you?" Really?
Yeah,
What's that
almost
like?
every day. It's like they need blood transfusions, and then they have just have a baby with Rhesus Negative.
Right.
But actually, I have to inform them to please do second or third times check for their Rhesus. They have to check it with lab or through Palang Merah Indonesia,
Right.
Red Cross.
I'm a little bit curious because I'm not very familiar with blood donation. Because based on my own experience, all they do is they put a needle in me and they take me and I just sit there for an hour or so. You know?
Just not an hours. There's only
Now it's-
around
20 minutes maybe?
10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But basically, how important is ensuring that the blood that you are given when you need a transfusion, for example, is the same rhesus, or is it so important that it could be fatal if you have the wrong blood?
Yeah, so that's why we inform all people. We do our social media. We encourage people to know and to have their blood test, because when you need transfusion, everybody get panic when they need Rhesus Negative.
Yeah.
Right,
Because
yeah.
when they search, wow, it's rare and it's hard to find donors. So if we know earlier, we don't have to be like that, okay? Because you know already and you can inform our community that you need transfusion when or at the hospital or something like that.
So your community is actually where people can go to if they need
Blood.
Yeah, just information, okay? We provide our members to donor to go for to donor for the requirement for the request.
I see.
Okay.
Okay. I think
So
it's
you're like the I'm not
Yeah,
saying
we're
like the
just the
middle,
middle.
the middleman between the
because
Red Cross and
the
the
one
hospital.
who do the blood donors is hospital and Palang Merah or Red Cross
right.
Indonesia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This reminds me we should probably do it soon.
Yeah,
you
we
know,
should.
just to make sure
Yeah,
because
you
you never
have
know.
to do it.
Yeah.
I heard you have to do it at least once a year or
No, according to the request,
Yeah.
like
Right, okay.
2 months, 60 days, you can do your blood donors.
every 2 months.
Yeah, every 2
Oh
months.
wow.
So, looking back to what we talked about earlier, you said that at first you thought, or you found out that you were O positive, or you were positive, and then later
Yeah.
on you found out you were negative?
When I know I was Rhesus negative, I tried to look for my old card, which is mentioned me my blood type. That I found I am positive.
Yeah.
Right.
But then 10 years later, after that, when I have another check, I have the card that mentioned me I'm
Says
O
negative.
negative.
Yeah.
Oh, I see,
So
okay.
this is a lot of story about like me.
Yeah.
Okay, and so why we encourage people or inform people that when they find out they are Rhesus negative, please do another check. Especially do check in Palang Merah Indonesia or Red Cross, because they have definitely they have a more accurate checking, because they have a screening about all over our blood, include Rhesus. So we inform all people when you find out you are Rhesus, please do another check.
Okay, but there's no way that our rhesus type would change throughout the
I
entire
don't think
lives,
so,
right? Yeah.
because it's just like because there is a mindset that all of Indonesian people, Asian people was Rhesus negative.
Right.
Or are Rhesus negative, are Rhesus positive,
Positive,
because
yeah,
we
yeah.
are Indonesian, because we are Asian. So there's a mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think I thought about 10 years or 15 years lately, Red Cross Indonesia do the confirmation when they find out some individuals with Rhesus negative.
Okay. For people who are perhaps curious about wanting to do these checks, how much does it cost for them?
I don't think. If you want to free, if you want to have free, you go straight to the Red Cross Indonesia and do donors.
That's one way to find out.
Have checking, screening.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That encourage people to do their blood donors.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, our mission is, some of our mission is, one of is we encourage our members, individuals with healthy and qualify for donors. Please do routine donors your blood.
Yeah. And you mentioned right now there are about 4,000 members.
Yeah, around 4,000.
Around 4,000. So how can one become a member? What do they have to do?
Oh, it's just a simple way. That's like you confirm already you are Rhesus negative, and then you have registered through our website, www.rhesusnegative.com. Yes, and then you can be our member.
Okay, so www.rhesusnegative.com.
Very
All right,
simple.
fantastic. Lici, thank you so much for coming to the studio to talk about your
Please
community.
spreading this information.
Yes, 100%. I think very soon I'm going to have to check my own
Yeah.
blood
Have to do it.
to make sure that,
you.
because you never know the people that you can save
Yeah.
by doing this.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Lici, for
Thank
coming.
you
so much.
Again.
Thank you for having me here.
All right, we're going to go for another break, but after the break, we're going to bring you more updates from Indonesia and beyond. So keep it right here on the 2 Hour News Show, only on See Today.